Or what is really happening? What does reality look like without embellishment? Global and domestic politics without fabricated stories. Every Monday and Thursday on the air of Georgian Times TV company. Big, real politics. Politicians and what is really happening? What does reality look like without embellishment? Global and domestic politics without fabricated stories. Every Monday and Thursday at 7 p.m. on the air of Georgian Times TV company. Big, real politics.
Good evening, dear television viewers and radio listeners. You are watching and listening to the Georgian Times TV and radio company. This is the program Big Real Politics. I am Malkhaz Gulashvili. I want to start with the first question. Today a sensational meeting took place. A sensational meeting for Georgia. Irakli Kobakhidze and President Zelensky met each other. Jaba, what do you think caused the meeting between Zelensky and Kobakhidze? Was it driven by circumstances?
Greetings. When I watched the meeting between Kobakhidze and Zelensky, and also saw Macron come over to greet him while Tusk was walking nearby, the first thing that came to mind was the well-known saying that you should never trust a drug addict's oath, a prostitute's tears, or a prosecutor's smile. I would put it this way. We should never trust Kaja Kallas's and von der Leyen's oaths, Zelensky's tears, or Macron's smile. That was personally the impression I got. And of course, this meeting was not accidental. As was stated by representatives of our government, it was specifically emphasized that this communication took place at the initiative of the Ukrainian side. Naturally, this is obuslovleno by Georgia's importance in the so-called connectivity issues and, in general, in the Middle Corridor project, which Ms. Maya was talking about a little earlier. Namely, that without Georgia, the full-scale functioning of this project is practically unimaginable. Whether the project can even be implemented without Georgia at all, I do not know. European leaders understood this very well from the beginning, but you know how it goes. First they laugh at you, then they fight you, and finally they acknowledge you. At first they mocked us, then they fought against us, they wanted us to bow before them, and they even tried to stage a coup. I mean, of course, all the processes we have gone through over the last 2 to 2.5 years, the stormy, turbulent days that we all endured together, it now seems they have realized that they will have to acknowledge Georgia's role and importance. They simply have no other choice anymore. And that is my opinion. Because to say that Zelensky, Tusk, or Macron suddenly developed warm feelings toward Georgia, or suddenly became deeply fond of the Georgian people, Georgia itself, and especially the Georgian government, that would, of course, be childish. Today I also see a certain excitement on social media. One side is thrilled while the other side is bitter and resentful. Our mission is to assess the situation realistically. And the realistic assessment, in my opinion, lies in Georgia's role in these global projects. Today's events, the communication between Zelensky and other leaders with representatives of the Georgian government once again showed that this collective effort by the von der Leyens to sideline Georgia and supposedly push Armenia forward instead will not work. One of the confirmations of this was today's communication itself. And now, trying to implement the Middle Corridor project without Georgia, relying only on Armenia and Azerbaijan, simply reminds me of Faulkner's phrase, "The sound and the fury," a story told by an idiot, full of noise and fury. Today, the noise and fury of these von der Leyens could already be heard at a lower volume, and in my opinion, that is good news.
I would add that this was preceded by a meeting in Gabala where Ilham Aliyev and Zelensky signed a cooperation document. Incidentally, there was no démarche or reaction from Russia whatsoever. And naturally, if something is to go from Azerbaijan to Ukraine or from Ukraine to Azerbaijan, it cannot happen without Georgia. True, when Ursula von der Leyen visited Azerbaijan, she did not mention Georgia at all, as if these cargoes were supposed to emerge from underground. But real politics has now put everyone in their proper place.